Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole. My pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on the traditional, unceded territory of the Coast Salish Nations. And today we are doing a budget reconciliation for February 2021. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. If you are new here, I just wanted to let everyone know that I use everydollar. It is an app, and it's created by Dave Ramsey's company. I'm not personally a follower of the Dave Ramsey plan, but I love the tool. I do use the free version because I don't think Dave Ramsey needs my money. And also, from what I've seen, the paid version I feel like is a little bit glitchy. And so the free version where I put my transactions in myself works really well for me and just the way I do my budget. Every month I plan in the planned category, which is right here. And at the end of the month, this category right here is the actual category. So at the end of the month, I reconcile. I make sure that all of these match. And then I will have up here either money that's left over and I need to allocate to different goals, or as is the case this week, money that I am over budget. So I'm going to go through and tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. Basically, this was a pretty good month overall. I had planned for $3,500 of income, and I actually brought in $3,662.03. So I had a little bit of a boost there. In terms of being over, I was really only over just a little. So I'd planned $150 for sharing my income, but I did $155.40. So just a few dollars over. In 2% to art, I was actually a few dollars under. I had planned 60 and only spent 45. I had a little bit of unexpected income. I got some money for my birthday, which was very sweet of my parents. And the main place where I was really over was groceries. I had a lower than usual budget this month, and I went over. So $859.85 was my total budget. $600 of that was paying for my CSA. So I took from other months of my year and put it into this month, so that my overall yearly budget would be the same, but I pay upfront for my produce from a farmer, for like my community supported agriculture share. So that's where you pay the farmer up front, and then in the spring and summer you get veggies. Here in the spring and summer, because I live in the Pacific Northwest, so that's when things grow. But just for regular groceries for this actual month, I was a little bit over, but I just wanted to make the point that since 600 of this was for my CSA, I actually was under my usual monthly amount of 300. So how could I say, like, it is what it is. It wasn't an unreasonable amount of money to spend on groceries in a month. For me, it was pretty typical. There definitely are months where I just go over or buy more expensive food, but it was pretty typical, but just because of the way I had to work in my CSA, so I would stay within my yearly budget, it ended up like that. Yeah, so overall, other things were pretty close. Like I had allocated $100 for restaurants, but I only spent $90. I had allocated $60 for gas, but I spent $67. Yeah, fun was 100, but I spent 101.38. So most things were pretty close. Groceries was a bit over. Once it all kind of washed out, I'm 41.35 over. Now I just want to point out a couple things. In my household category, I had planned $20 and I actually spent $0, but I've been trying to be strict about keeping this as a fund. So I had $544 left over from a previous month, and now I'll have $20 left over from this month. Same with Kittles. I'm trying to give this category $125 every month and let the rest roll over. So I'm going to try to keep those as they are. Another kind of weird thing is, as I've mentioned before, my beautiful bank app Simple is going away, and so my little things that usually go over automatically in Simple this month month aren't. So car registration, instead of being $10, is $0. I'm just going to figure out the how to automate it for next month, and then start next month, and I'll just add that $10 in extra. So those were a little bit down. And then I'm going to go to sinking funds. So in an ideal month, if I'm a little bit over budget, I hopefully have a little bit of money I can play with that was already allocated towards funds. Now, I did have one unexpected thing, which is really what brought this over budget, which is my Alaska Airlines card. It has a annual fee, and it charged this month. I did know about it, but I didn't plan for it. And that's just on me not planning. In case anyone's wondering, it is usually well worth the $75. Obviously not with COVID. So if we are not out of this situation come next year, I will be downgrading. We're closing that card. But for this year, I figured, why not? I'll keep racking up those points and hopefully do some really good travel once COVID is under control. But okay, let's see how I'm going to figure that out. So that had to come up, and that's non-negotiable. Let's see. I have 143 going to my cats, and I spent 98, so I could take a little bit out of there. I also had $10 going to my health fund. I have some little tiny bit amounts, like this $4 going to serotonin boost, and this $10 going to education. And as much as I would like to leave those there, I think I'm going to leave cats, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the $20 for clothing, and the $10 for education. Let's get rid of that. And $10 for health. Sorry, health. And then we'll change this to, let's see, 142.05. And there we go. It's an every dollar budget. It's really nice to have a little bit of wiggle room over here in my sinking funds, still banking a little bit of money, even this $4 for my future serotonin boost. I'll take it. All right, that's the reconciliation, and I will see you in the next video.